This is Paul. Welcome back to my channel, Paladin. Today is movie reviews. Yesterday I couldn't upload any videos. Sorry for that. Go check out my Twitter page. I would have given the reason for that. But I saw Stranger Things. I binge watched it, the day before. So it was glorious. I'll do a review for that coming Monday. But today I wanted to showcase you guys a film that I love. Really hard. I'm just a hardcore fan of this film, and I just wanted to showcase that film for you guys. No great films have come out this week, so I just decided to do this. Obviously, next week there is Thor Ragnarok coming, and I wanted to do that. And the week after, I will showcase an older movie again, and then we'll go back to Justice League. So it'll work out really well. And why I wanted to talk about this film is pretty much this film has a divided fan base. When you think about it, some people love this film for this, some people love this film for that. But there's also kind of like a people who don't understand the film, people who hate this film. But maybe this video will be like a wake-up call for them to go back and watch the film and maybe fall in love with it like I did. So without much further ado, let's just get into it. So the first thing is story, obviously, and there's like different kind of like storylines in the film. Like, it's not just about one personality just traveling throughout the film. Okay, there's like 3 different plot lines. It will be explained in a perfectly coordinated way in the end, and you will understand about why it was showcased in all these manners. Now, I'm not going to explain all the things because it will take the greatness from the story, but I'll explain the first 20 minutes of the film, which it won't give away that much. It's just like it's simple. It's a simplified version of the explanation of the film that the directors and the writers would have done. So for that, you can just like get hooked to the story from the first, so that you can watch the entire film in an understanding way. So the story begins with 2 types of like ape families would be there, and they would have a turf problem. There'll be like a water place there, and they would want a control of that place, and they don't know what to do because both of them don't have anything else against the others. It's just like what a quarrel like sir. And there will be like an ancient artifact on that location suddenly, and that ancient artifact will emit a signal, or just like a knowledge. It will just spread kind of like changes there, and all of a sudden one of the ape family will understand how to use the dead comrade's bones as weapon. So it will take up, and then it will hit, and then it will understand how to control others by violence, and it will do that, and it will take control of that thing. So it's like genetically how someone is powerful than the others. It would have showcased there, and that would be like the starting point of the story. And what someone's hate on the film is about is no dialogues would have been used in this entire monologue. So 20 minutes, I think, the starting sequence, and there would be no dialogues. Nothing whatsoever. No lines, nothing. Just music. And if you're bored, if you're not in the movie entirely, you won't understand jack shit. And hence, you will hate the film. Simple as that. There are some mature people who will be like, what, I didn't understand the film, but I'm not going to hate on it, But there are some morons who will be like, I didn't understand the film, so the director is, an idiot. He doesn't know how to make a film. So that's their, kind of thing. So I'm not going to shit on them. But, that's the starting sequence. And from then on, the story will start to progress. So you'll have to really concentrate on the story to understand it. I'll explain it better when, at the end of the video. So you guys can calm down. So the characters of the film is next. So there's like 4 characters that you need to really like look forward to, and that would be like David Bowman as he's a doctor, and there's like 3 doctors on the film. The one would be like a caretaker. He would be there to locate the problems that are there in a certain locations, and he will be there. And the other 2 ones are the pioneers who would be traveling to Jupiter on a spaceship, and they will be like finding troubles along the way by HAL 9000, which is like AI that controls the ship. That is the reason, that kind of like, It will wake up the people when the right time is right, and it will help them build the the community inside the ship. And when they reach there, it would be the one who would start a colony and stuff like that. So these are the four characters that you need to look forward to: David Bowman, Frank Poole, sorry, Hayden Floyd. And these guys would have actually acted in the film, in terms of like dialogues. But again, the music is the real hero of the story, not these characters. And HAL 9000 would be the villain, antagonist of the story, because as you watch the story, you will understand more. I don't want to give anything away. I'll normally talk about these things, but here, I don't want to talk about it. So you guys can understand pretty much the story from the start, the first 20 minutes, and then you will have to be hooked. If you are hooked, you will understand the story entirely and you will love the film. But if you're not hooked, just I'd say watch the 20 minutes again, with a clear mind again. Just get hooked. That's all I'm gonna say. So the next is cast and crew. You won't know those actors kind of who play the roles, because this is kind of like their career peak kind of like movie. So that's it. But the director is actually amazing, Stanley Kubrick. He's a guy who wrote the script, screenplayed the script, and directed the film. He's a great director. He has directed the films like The Shining and stuff like that. So he's a good horror film kind of guy. So that can be seen in this film. What I mean by that is, when the film would start, you would get the theme that is like horror, because obviously the music plays a big part in the story. That doesn't make it a horror film. This film is not horror by a long shot, but you will just feel that way. Even if it's not horror, you'll just like, okay, that gave me the chills. So that's there. And obviously during the like the third section of the story, you will feel some horror facts there because of the AI, rogue AI. But it's not a AI, it's not a horror film. It's a sci-fi, stuff like that. But he's a good director, and that's the guy you should know that directed this film. And the film is like 160 minutes of premiere, but they trimmed it down to 140 because it was too long. But I think you can get the director's cut at 162 minutes, and then you can see the entirety of the film without any cuts. Because if you want to understand the story a little better, you need to watch that. But the 140 minutes is fine. You will understand the grasp of the story, what they are trying to tell you. But it's always better when it's a little bit more lengthier, right? And the budget, I'll talk about it in the next stage. So the reception of the film was really good. People really liked it, or people really hated it. There was no middle ground. It's like, I don't understand the film. The concept is, those people, they didn't just go either side, so they just stayed normal, neutral. So you will just like the film, or you will just, I don't give a damn about the film. So that's the major part of things. And commercially, it was a huge success. It was like the budget was about, I think, 10 million, and the output was around like 190 or 200 million. So you can see the amount of output this film got. And this film was like the Kickstarter thing for Interstellar and stuff like that. And it's an amazing film. It came out in 1968, and when you see the kind of like storyline, the plot, the graphical inputs, it will just blow your mind away. You won't think that it is like 1968. I can't believe it's 1968. So that's kind of a like thing you will have. And yeah, this is an amazing film for that kind of aspect. It got critically acclaimed thing as well. So commercially and critically, it was a great success. But some people still don't like this film on the premise of that it's slow and it's just music all along. But it is what it is. So my personal opinion is, just give this film a chance when you are bored. So you want to learn something new, or you want to feel amazing afterwards and stuff like that. When you know that kind of a mood, just watch this film. It's 142 minutes long. It's not that big, and it is thought-provoking, and it would be said in a great way. If you just use dialogues in a film, it's all about the dialogues. You need to concentrate on screenplay and stuff like that. But when you concentrate on music, when you tell story with music, it takes a lot more effort into the story rather than the screenplay. So that plays a part here. And I would say music again. The entire story, if it's 142 minutes, just imagine that 32 to 40 minutes of dialogues would be there in the film. That's it. Entire film, 40 minutes of dialogue or 42 minutes of dialogue. Remember that. 100 minutes of music. Just music. So you can be like, oh man, you want to do this? Yeah, you want to do this because just movie will not just increase your thought provokedness, but also increase your level of concentration. I'm not joking about this. It's not like, oh my god, watch this film, you can really do this and that, or sarcastically saying this, but this film really would increase your concentration level. And at the end, you'll be like, I didn't understand that part. Oh my god, I should have concentrated a little bit more on that part. So you'll go and watch it again and again. So it's kind of that kind of a movie. Replay value is really there because you will not understand the film the first time around. And music, again, the music is the main aspect of the film. And if you don't understand, anything that music tells you, then you should really check yourself. Don't complain about the movie. The next is rating. I would give this film a 9 out of 10 without a doubt. But there are some situations where you would be like, this is a little bit slower, where there's no place for slowness there. You don't need to tell the story in a normal way there. You can accelerate on that part. They would have slowed it down without any reason. That kind of gave me a thing like 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. But other than that, I really enjoy the films where music plays an important role. That can be said for Dunkirk as well. But it had a little bit more dialogues, a little bit more interactions here and there. But music was the entirety of the plot there. Music, and music. And again, Dunkirk was not a huge success on other places. In India it was a huge success, but on some other places it didn't run well that much because of that one aspect of things. They didn't want to see the film. It's like, oh my god, it's just music. Come on. It's like, if the music says content, then the music has a place in my heart. So 9 out of 10. It's a must watch for you guys. Again, this is like a film that's on your to-do list, and just add it to like the films that I already talked about, like Coherence, Zodiac and stuff like that. So watch this film and like the video. If you liked it, share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel for this movies, TV shows, reviews, reactions and stuff. And let me know in the comments down below on what you think about this. And what would you kind of like feel about this entirely? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you already seen the film? What do you think about the film? Did you like it or did you not like it? Just don't say, I didn't like the film. Just like, explain yourself. I didn't like this film because of this fact, because of that fact. We can have a conversation in the comment section. And that's it. Bye. So if you guys liked it, why not check out my previous video, movie review, where I showcased, I think, if I'm not wrong, it's I'm Foreigner, and before that it's American made new films, but also I have added some older films there, so you can check out that. And why not check out my entire playlist while you're at it, so you can have like a to-do list if you're not watched these films. And subscribe to the channel, and also check out my gaming channel where I do quality stuff with gamings. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.